Through 24 installments, we've seen the controversial to the thrilling for Sacramento and Phoenix. Number 25 episode is on deck. What will we have in store? Tonight's contest is presented by SMUD. It's Noche Latina, and I'm Rob McAllister. He is Adam Moffitt, and it's a sensational night in the city of Sacramento. We welcome you inside Heart Health Park tonight. And just behind us, Adam, is where it all went wrong for Sacramento in 2023. Emil Cuecho with an absolute banger to send the Phoenix Rising to the Cup final.
They are the reigning champs, and they got it on the road, Phoenix Rising. And in similar form as they were last season, no one really expected them to win the championship, but they won't be worried this time of season because it is a little bit of deja vu for them. They do have to start getting points. You don't want to make it as hard as possible for yourself, but on that night, it was disappointment for the Republic, and they'll want to rectify things tonight at home.
Felt good. There was a lot of energy. Obviously got testy late in that one, but this is a very same Phoenix team starting to find the same recipe here late. They've been on a tear. They're unbeaten in their last four, and they defensively have been better than they have been in years. What will we see here tonight against this Republic side? We'll have to wait and see. Let's take a look at our Western Conference standings here as we stand. Sacramento, a couple games in hand. Very interesting disparity, the number of games we have so far, but Republic hanging around that second spot. As you can see, 4 games difference between Memphis and Sacramento, but just 2 points separating them. But interesting to see where this can fluctuate. If you look at number 11, that's Monterey Bay. They're just a few points out of that 8th position.
Everything can change. A couple games, you go on a little run, win 2-3 games in a row, and you're jumping up 3-4 spots. So as we see it, this was prior to the games that have already been played. It could be a repeat. This could be what we see 2 months from now. Again, lots of change coming, but it is both teams with title aspirations. Phoenix Rising, as I mentioned, the reigning champs. Republic, got to try and knock them off.
Well, we've seen some fantastic battles between these two teams in the playoffs. Will this be a preview of what we will see in a couple of months? It was 1-1 draw down in the desert earlier this year. Well, tonight, both these teams are fighting for playoff position. It's going to be a great one. We've got a fantastic pregame show continuing here. Don't go away. It's Phoenix, it's Sacramento, it's the USL Championship here on Saturday night.
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at Sky River.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
Are you ready to join the charge and put down the pump? If you're ready for a clean start, contact SMUD first. We'll help you find ways to save, share the best options to charge at home or on the go, and answer any questions you have about owning an electric vehicle. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
And the Republic have had this crowd ignited early. And it's bedlam in the capital city.
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
And the Republic have had this crowd ignited early.
This USL Championship broadcast is brought to you in part by SMUD, by UC Davis Health, and by Western Health Advantage. Exciting one here on deck at Heart Health Park as the Sacramento Republic taking on the Phoenix Rising. Let's take a look at our starting 11. Should we, Adam? Only one change, but Sebastian Herrera getting his first start since early June against an Oakland team. Mark Briggs shaking it up a little bit.
Yeah, and he has the opportunity tonight, Herrera, to spearhead that attack. He's got Nick Ross, Russell Cicerone that can combine with. And what he's really good at is holding that ball up and bringing others into play. So I'm expecting a big night from Herrera.
Meanwhile, let's take a look at Russell Cicerone. He has been on a tear as soon as coming back from injury. He's really made an impact, and Republic are hoping that he can add his 5th goal tonight.
He's such a threat. Every time he gets on the ball, he wants to make things happen, and it's great to have a player like that. And that's maybe what the Republic have missed. For him, he's missed so much time. He wants to get in the best form possible in this run-in towards the end of the season.
Let's take a look at Phoenix. This is a team that's gone through quite a bit of changes. They're going to go with their newest signing, Tomas Angel up top from LAFC. He can add quite a punch. He already got a goal against Tulsa. Can he add more? But other changes in that lineup here. They've had to go with a lot of different looks here because of injuries and whatnot, and really coaching changes. It's now Diego Gomez, the interim head coach for the Phoenix Rising. Let's take a look at the Republic killer from a year ago, the former midfielder Emil Cuecho. Been playing a little bit out of position so far this year.
A little unorthodox, the position he's been playing. He's been playing in that left-back position, but he has freedom to get forward when they have the ball, be an extra player in the midfield, and he'll remember the last time he stepped foot on this field, that goal finishing the season with the Republic fans, and he'll hope to do the same tonight.
Well, Adam, I got to ask you here, as this is a club that has always come in with a lot of firepower, a little more defensive-minded. What will we see tonight? Well, Sacramento, they are prepared to play at home. The stretch run is here. 9 games to go. Republic Rising USL Championship kickoff is just moments away.
At Sky River Casino. Catch all the action with rewards that add up and up. Experience new heights. With 18 restaurants, bars, and lounges, there's something for everyone. Enjoy over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines in our thrilling high-limit room. Savor the win. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012, because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
Listen up.
Why do you do it?
You ignore the signs and the flashing lights.
Don't you see the work zone?
Seriously? Caltrans is working right there. Right next to your speeding car.
My mom is out there.
That's my dad's truck. That's my papa behind those cones.
So slow down.
Watch out for them. And be alert. How would you feel if that was your dad? Be alert. Be work zone alert.
At Sky River Casino. Catch all the action with rewards that add up and up. Experience new heights. With 18 restaurants, bars, and lounges, there's something for everyone. Enjoy over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines in our thrilling high-limit room. Savor the win. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
The flags are waving. The Tower Bridge Battalion, the Levy Patrol is waiting for a kick. The Republic in red, the Phoenix Rising in black, and 12,000 strong here at Hart Health Park. Another sellout in Sacramento for this USL Championship on a Saturday night. Rob McAllister, Adam Moffat for you. Installment number 25 between these two sides. We have seen quite a show between these squads. Nick Ross will get us going, and here we go from Northern California. These two sides playing to a draw in Phoenix earlier this year, a 1-1 contest. But Rodrigo Lopez on a sensational free kick in the 33rd minute. The lone goal for Sacramento. This one's pulled in. Here's Seba inside the 6. He comes. Here comes the Republic. Portillo! His shot is denied, and Chibi's going to take another shot at it as well. Out to the right side. Cross coming. Here comes the chance for Russell Cicerone. But Rocco Rios Novo, one of the bright stars in the USL Championship at just 22 years of age and making his 26th consecutive start, is able to grab it out of the air. But Adam, it's always intense when it's the Rising and the Republic. Why has this been such a wonderful rivalry between these two teams over the years?
As both ambitious teams who are in the USL Championship, you know, every year they want to win a championship, and they set out to do that, not only on the field but off the field. They try and do the right thing. So that's why there has been, and it's a very, very close affair every time they get on the field. Phoenix Rising, reigning champions. Republic here at home, great start for them, almost getting on the score sheet within the first minute. That's the start Mark Briggs want to see from his men.
What will we see from the Phoenix Rising tonight in terms of formation? This is a team over the years, very aggressive, looking to press to score, almost defense a second thought. This year it's been a much different story. They've allowed just 25 goals. That's second best in the USL Championship, tied with Charleston. However, they have scored only 23. What has been the difference for this Rising team?
They've definitely got some continuity, so a lot of players coming back, and defensively a lot of clean sheets lately, which is great. Referee calls a foul there on Cicerone. But scoring goals is the issue. Somewhat similar to Republic, they have scored more goals, but you can be solid defensively. You've got to put the ball in the back of the net. And this Phoenix Rising side, we'll probably see them in a 4-1-4-1 when they don't have the ball. When they do have the ball, interesting to watch. Emil Cuejo, who former Republic player, scored that goal in the Western Conference final last year. He's going to come into the midfield. He's going to add, and you'll see that in the modern game. A lot of starting in a position, but when you have the ball, it's a little bit different.
Aldair Sanchez with the first goal against Charleston, a 2-1 defeat on the road for the Republic, who allowed 2 goals in the second half, and they lose it late in South Carolina, trying to rebound here against the Phoenix side. 9 games to go for the Republic, hovering around the second position, and with a New Mexico loss earlier, they would be at 44 points with a victory and still have a chance at first place with 2 contests against New Mexico. Here's Cicerone in the box, tripped up and kicked, and the referee, Matt Thompson, says not enough contact, and the crowd was hoping for an early opportunity for Sacramento in the 3rd minute, but a great attacking mindset.
That's what Sebastian Herrera's really good at. It's just a tiny little touch, using his body to hold off the defender. He knows Cicerone wants it back, and Cuejo was the one sliding across. And it looked a little bit clumsy, but it is a good challenge. Reckless, you would say, but he got what needed to be done.
A couple of assists for Emil Cuejo. Of course, the game-winning goal against this Republic side, and a foul on Nick Ross, going right back at Emil. Emil came to Sacramento from San Antonio and played 21 and 22 here, 2 goals, 2 assists. And a former number 19 overall pick for the LA Galaxy has really found a home in Phoenix. It seems that a lot of times guys, you look at not necessarily their talent, but where they fit in, and it seems Emil has been very versatile for them. Sometimes coming off the bench, sometimes now looking at left back position. You said the transition to a midfield position, and we talk a lot about guys it really is about fit a lot of times.
It really is, and I've had that in my own career. You know, being at a club and it might not quite work out for you, but it doesn't mean you're a bad player. You know, you have to have that confidence, belief in yourself, and that's something Emil doesn't lack. And he was crucial in that run to the championship last year for this Phoenix Rising side.
Jose Hernandez getting the start tonight, and Jariel Margarita is his second start in a Rising uniform. Out of the Netherlands, a goal in just 2 appearances for the club, and he is one of those 3 key pieces that was brought to this team recently. Charlie Dennis not in the 18 tonight, but Tomas Angel, the up top striker, a goal against Tulsa, on loan from LAFC, coming over just a few weeks ago. And so this is a team with a renowned sense of, can they get more from the top of this attack and find the net more often, because as they know, defensively you can be great, but you also got to try to find a way, especially as the playoffs loom just a few months ahead.
He's going in and out. Yeah.
Doradito on that left side, and Justin Portillo just going right into him. Rising 33 points, 7th in the West, Republic with 41, and heading into the afternoon, 2nd in the Western Conference, the USL Championship, 4th best overall record. Here's Rito, the former Oakland Roots winger. It's been dangerous against Sacramento over the years, and here's a chance for Justin Portillo and company to switch the field and move over. Republic have a chance to take advantage of the midfield. Can this translate to something in the attack instead? Long service cross, the second of the night, and that's easy enough for Rios Novo. Mark Briggs, 100+ wins in the USL Championship. Eluded him last year, and they said the only goal in their mind is the cup title at the end of the season. They don't really care where they finish. They just want to end hot. And how do you try to find that magic late? You've been a part of those teams in MLS where you found that magic late and made a really good run.
Yeah, and the team's in a good spot. They really are. I think it's a great start to the season. The middle, not so much, but we've definitely seen an upturn as of late. The team looks like they're in a good spot, but it's this next 2 months. You want to be playing your best stuff this next 2 months. And even when you are playing your best, when it's the playoffs, anything can happen. So you really don't know, but you want to prep yourself as best as possible.
Cicerone shielding, looking for Seba as Herrera goes through, and now a cross over the top. Here's Seba! Herrera! Sebastian Herrera getting the start tonight, making Mark Briggs look like a genius here. His second goal on the year. He was brilliant in the Open Cup, but they need him for the stretch run. And just like that, Sacramento's got the 1-goal advantage 8 minutes in.
And it's been a lively start for the Republic, and he is delighted, Sebastian Herrera. That's his job. His job's to come in and to score goals. If you're the striker, you're the number 9, that's what you have to do. And it's a brilliantly worked goal. And they exploiting Emil Cuello's. He's maybe not that left back. Jack Gurr gets him behind him. He's sleeping a bit. What a ball at the back post. Just hangs it up. And Sebastian Herrera slams it home. He is so good in the air. He just hangs and powers that. Past Rios Novo, no chance. And it's 1-0 Republic within the first 10 minutes. That's the start that Mark Briggs wanted to see.
Mark Briggs wanted more out of his top 3 and more out of his wingers against Charleston. So they sort of just ran out of gas in that game, but he said we were so good in that first 45, and we started to disappear a little bit and got rattled. Tonight, he wants to see an all-out effort and really see his stars show up tonight. Well, Sebastian Herrera is already on the board. That's a good sign for Sacramento and the Republic, but here comes the Phoenix Rising, very aggressive in the attack. Margarita looking for a chance, dumps it back. Doratito, and here's a long shot, and this one will sail away. Zambrano pointing to a Republic player, and that will be the first corner kick of the evening.
And straight away you see Phoenix Rising looking to get right back into the game. They get themselves a corner kick, and that happens so many times. You know, a team get a goal and then straight up the other end another team gets a goal. Partly it's, you know, the team who concedes have a little more energy, a little bit more fight, and sometimes it's just a little bit lax from the team who just scored a goal. Public have to defend this one. Last thing you want to do is concede straight away.
Far corner, drops into the 6, headed around. Not enough, but here's Emil Cuello. Outside the 18, Hernandez turning will fire it back as Rito. This is a Phoenix side not afraid to take shots from distance. And whether or not they're always good shots, they sometimes count on maybe a friendly bounce or two. Really aggressive against Tulsa. Here's a ball sent in again. And Nick Ross is to it. The Republic not out of the threat quite yet. Nicely done by Russell Cicerone. And you look at the way they were able to attack Tulsa, and kind of crazy enough is they had so many good looks. It was a silly defensive move on Dark Formella that set up a PK for the newest signing in Tomas Angel in a 1-0 victory. Didn't allow Tulsa to get a shot until the second half of play. You show how much of a dominant performance that was for Phoenix. And they come in on a 4-game unbeaten streak. This will not be an easy ride the rest of the way here, Adam.
It will not be, but in those 4 games unbeaten, they haven't given up any goals. And tonight is the first time in 4 games, which is really impressive stat. But the last 2 games, they've won them 1-0, 1-0. Now they've got to find a way, if they want to come away with 3 points, to score 2 goals in a game.
Zambrano 3 assists on the year. In his 2nd season with Phoenix, came over from the Timbers. He played 3 years of MLS with the Pacific Northwest club. And they're sticking right on that line, Adam. You can just see they're still treating this as a set piece ball, driven in well. Here's Quayshow up top again. Left side it comes, going to his right, back to his left again. Ball serviced in. Timmer is there, playing that center back position. Always difficult, typically on the right. Zambrano to Rito. Dribbles into the 18, looking for a right-footed cross down low. It goes defended by Luis Felipe. Our inactive report brought to you by Delta Dental, and a slew of names from Art Briggs, the Republic side. And unfortunately, one guy who's really had an impact in the midfield, Christian Pirano. Ricketts and Wheat still out, and John Stenberg not available for this Rising team, and they have counted on him, a very solid center back for this Phoenix side. Here's Quayshow. Ball driven well, chance for Angel. Rito was there, but can't keep it at his feet, and it just sails away. Republic catching a break there. A nice return there by the Rising to try to get this one level.
And you see, again, the response from the Rising. They want to get straight back into this game, and they have quality through the middle. They've got a lot of quality on the left and the right. Rito's always been a handful anytime he's played against Sac Republic. And then Margarita, we haven't seen too much of him, but he, one-on-one situations, that's where he's going to look to exploit them.
Margarita with 31 goals last 4 seasons played. 4 caps as well for Curacao. World Cup qualifiers, so another solid addition for the Rising, who look to make another run.
Where Sacramento can get some success, as we spoke about, when Phoenix Rising have the ball, Emil Quayshow, who is the left back, is going to move up into the midfield. So it's when they win the ball, and that might take a big skip here. Ooh, the flag went up. It would have counted if it went in, though.
Because he didn't touch it.
Yeah, didn't touch it. But
and that's where they talk about linemen having to hold that flag a little bit.
Yeah, they have to wait until something happens.
Rios Noble able to pluck that free. Rios Noble spent some time in MLS as well. 2022, 16 appearances with Atlanta United. Still a youngster in his early 20s. Cicerone battling. 4 goals on the year. Nearly 2 months away from the game with a foot injury. And here's Rito. Quickly in, trying to through. Zambrano cuts it across. And Jack Gurr and Republic are able to escape one more time, but you've seen this Rising team a bit patient. They're pressing, and then when they don't have the ball, they're sitting all the way back, almost allowing the Republic to control the midfield.
Sacramento has just been unable to really retain possession. It's kind of been all Phoenix Rising the last 5 minutes or so, and Sebastian Herrera is going to be that outlet, but it's a tough job for him when you're just up there yourself. And Good interception by Alder Sanchez, but once again, Sacramento, Alder has his head up and he doesn't have anything in front of him. He's got Herrera. That's where sometimes you have to just recirculate the ball, bring it back around, go out the other side.
A nice little three-man game between these two sides, and unfortunately that will go back to Phoenix. Well, before you start digging any project, it's critical to call 811. Free service allows utility companies to mark their underground lines. Whether you're digging project or big or small, call 811 before you dig. Republic 5-4-4 at home, just 2 wins away from Phoenix Rising Stadium for this Rising team. 5 losses and 5 draws, and they'll have to work from behind. Margarita again sliding forward. And in 2019, this was the most dominant team, and even into 2020 in the USL Championship. The Rising, a 20-game match winning streak, best in North America. Just a simply fantastic season for this team. Ultimately did not win it all, but as you can look back, Sacramento sort of dominated this series, then Phoenix, and the Republic of late have sort of, but you look across the board, it's about as even as it can be through 24 matches.
Yeah, it's been really even, and the slight edge goes to the Phoenix Rising. And we speak about
Cicerone
appealing for a handball there. There's a little nudge from Russell Cicerone in the outstretched arm of Wyke. It may have caught him. He'll be claiming that his arm wasn't in an unorthodox position, but it looked close.
Sanchez.
But historically, you think of Phoenix Rising, you talk about those incredible seasons they had, and it was the amount of goals they scored, just the free-flowing attack. They'll give up goals. They always would give up goals, but they'd outscore you, which was really, it was a lot of fun to watch. So for them to come into this game, 4 clean sheets, is a little bit different from maybe what fans have been used to, what we've been used to in the USL Championship, and that looks like...
It's Dora Dorito, who is on the ground, may have taken one to the forehead, and they'll take a moment. But look, this is a team, when they've had success, as we'll take another look at it, I'm not quite sure the contact. Oh, Sanchez was trying to walk up on the ground. This is the team, and now you've had some changes. They didn't get the start they wanted, and so Danny Stone was let go after going 5-6-6. Well, in comes Diego Gomez, 3-2-3 since taking over on June 29th. But when you look at the success of this Rising team over the years, they've had fantastic goal scorers. And in those runs in 19 and 20, you paired it up with last year, you had Danny Trejo, former LAFC man. And then you lose, some other big player named Manuel Arteaga, who was a fantastic goal scorer. When you take a look at who they lost 34 goals and 14 assists. And having to replace that, they're hoping another LAFC man, Tomas Angel, will help lead the way in the final stretch of the season here. But really for this Rising team, you look, it's been goal scorers that have allowed them to have the success.
Yeah, that's a big void to miss, and you mentioned how many goals that is. Big shoes to fill. And if they can get that, if Angel proves to be that player in this run in at the end of the season, once again, Jack Gurr's down the right.
Underlapping run, Gurr crossing, headed strong. Herrera was making the back run, but 3 able bodies in the box. You had Luis Felipe thirsty for a goal there.
And that was another great chance. And Jack Gurr leaves it too close to the goalkeeper, but they had a 3 versus 2. If he got his head up and cut it back a little bit more, Luis Felipe was wide open. But that once again, that's the area where Sacramento can exploit. When Phoenix has the ball, Quajo's moving higher up the field. So in those transition moments, if you win it, Jack Gurr can get on his bike up the right and get in behind. He'll get more deliveries. He's got 1 assist already tonight. Could get a couple more.
Brand new Republic Pro Shop, now open at Doko. 4th and J Street. Suit 100. Swing on by, gear up, latest merch, exclusive one-on-one experience too. And create your own customized Republic gear. Maybe get yourself an Adam Moffat jersey. They call those vintage.
Yeah, it is vintage right there. I still see a couple in the stands around here.
And you can get a signed athletic tape that Adam used to wear.
Every day.
Luis Felipe looked to switch the field. He'll find Nick Ross in the middle of the park. Herrera, ping pong all the way, just too much. You look at both these teams right now, very decisive plays, quick passes. I think both are feeling the energy. You can always tell once September hits, Adam, you can smell the playoffs are close. The way the guys play, the intensity just picked up a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely has, and you see, and it's a beautiful night as well here. The temperatures dropped off a little bit, so as a player, you should have a lot of energy. These are the kind of games you want to play in as a player. They matter a lot. It's big 3 points every single game. This stage of the season onwards is massive. Not sure what the foul was called there, but it's a free kick to the Republic. Justin Portillo is going to be over it. And these kind of free kicks from deeper in these positions, typically what you're trying to do is go far post, and then you've got Jared Timmer, Lee Desmond looking to play the ball back across. So it's not that initial header off this one, but it's the second. That's what the Republic tried to do. Here, off goes Rito.
Here comes the press from Sacramento, shoulder to shoulder, Herrera. And just a bit too much. Let's go back. If you tuned in late here, Sacramento build up an attack early on, nearly got in the first minute, and then about 6 minutes later, Republic staying patient with it, but the attack was relentless.
Yeah, Jack Gurr just off the shoulder of Emil Cuello. Cicerone finds him, and he just had to deliver the right ball, and he did. He found Sebastian Herrera free at the back post. He slams that header home. That is the difference so far in this game. It's been a good response for the Rising, though. They've threatened a little bit. Seems like Sacramento steadied the ship in the last 4 or 5 minutes. And they'd love to add to that lead.
Here comes White, and it'll be off the back of Phoenix. The Rising, you look at some of the recent success they've had. I mean, you only one loss in their last 7 matches. However, you look at the last 2, just 2 goals scored in their last 4. Defensively, they've been good, but they've been able to pick up points. And so it's hard to see exactly where this team might stand. You've had some success, but then you look overall, and you've only have 2 wins against teams currently above the playoff line in Rhode Island and Colorado Springs. So where do you rate this Phoenix team?
Again, it's really tough to gauge because a lot of these players played for this Rising side last year. And this stage of the year, I spoke about you want to be in your best form heading into the end of the season. They weren't that last year. They had some sort of togetherness, and they got all the way to the championship, and they won it. So you never really know, and I'm sure they feel confident within their own group.
Cicerone on the floor. Portillo back to Alder with a goal last week. He'll look to cross this in. He is denied. It hits the flag and will be a corner kick. Barely.
Flag gave way there. That was in favor of the Republic.
Crowd stomping their feet here at Ardell Park. 78-degree evening in Sacramento. Perfect conditions. Wonderful start for the Republic. They'd love to add another on a set piece. It'll be Russell Cicerone short to Portillo. Portillo, all kinds of space.
Jillian, look for the OIS button.
And Russell Cicerone won't get in his favor.
Called for the handball, falling on top of it there, but Sacramento not taking full advantage. Phoenix were very late.
And White with a late push, but the referee not eyes on it. And so, you know, it's always chippy here. Zambrano's holding his face, and Sebastian Herrera, to no one's surprise, is somehow in the mix when things are getting a little testy.
There's nothing in that. And again, I don't think it's a foul on Cicerone either. It fell on the ball. Maybe it is the handball he called, the referee, and Zambrano did get hit in the face. There was nothing malicious about it.
And Lawrence White will get a talking to. Former MLS man out of United in Nashville of Atlanta. And so with this bit of break, we'll let you know that we've got another one coming up September 29th. Early match, kids' costumes, superhero characters, all kinds of great fun. And here's fun here, a little confetti thrown as well on Lawrence White. First yellow card of the night.
Yeah, and I think for him, he's a little frustrated that shoulder he received from Sebastian Herrera. That would rub me the wrong way as well, and that is part of Sebastian Herrera's game. He loves to get under your skin if you're a defender, and Lawrence White taking the bait. That will be a foul. Zambrano down once again.
You talk about rivalries, and now Sebastian Herrera will be booked.
I think he received one at the same time as Lawrence White.
And these two teams, you know, we've seen the highs and lows, but they've always had an intensity to them for not really being regional rivals. Essentially, just two really great teams in the Western Conference over the last decade.
And that comes with, there's obviously a rivalry. It comes when it's two teams who are successful year in, year out. They're always competing, they're there or thereabouts. So you do get that, even though geographically they're not too close. I mean, somewhat close if you look at the whole of the US, but
would be the longest road trip in most European leagues. And Zambrano is down again, and here is a booking on Luis Felipe. Probably a little bit of accumulation of fouls, and Zambrano's still rolling around on the turf.
It's usually a sign you're not. It's usually a sign you're not too bad. If you can roll over 4 times, you'll be okay. And he has been beaten up, and Republic have to be careful. The referee hasn't signaled it, but sometimes you can get a little bit of target in if it's the same player all the time. I don't think they would really target Renzo Zambrano, if anyone, but it was a bit clumsy. I'm sure that doesn't feel great. He'll be back up though.
And you know, to Matt Thompson here, the referee, he can feel there's an intensity really bubbling, and I think he wants to try to take control of this game a little bit as well, and not let this get out of hand. We're not even 30 minutes into this. Sacramento the early lead, another yellow card. Felipe and Herrera booked for Sacramento, and White for the Phoenix Rising. It'll be Cuecho, left-footed midfielder, who is sneaking up into it. Fuenmayor. Zambrano again, who's been beat up early. Dorotito. Over the top it comes, looking for an opportunity. Double header, bicycle kick over the bar. Sensational opportunity for the Phoenix Rising, and Angel nearly puts it away in dramatic fashion.
Acrobatic effort, and just unable to get over it enough to bring it back down. But that's the threat that this Phoenix Rising poses. They left the defenders up from the back. I think it's clean enough connection on there. It's always fun to see someone attempt those.
How many bicycle kick goals did you have in your career?
Probably, I don't know how many. 2. Yeah, I never tried that.
Never tried.
Yeah, I'd avoid that one. That's for other players.
It's a lot of trust in your ability to land softly. Cicerone, meanwhile, on the left wing. He's just dribbling right in. Rising baiting him, and I think he'll find out that he ran out of options. He'll take the corner kick here. It'll be Justin Portillo. Sellout here in Sacramento tonight. USL Championship matchup. The Rising and the Republic. Second contest of the season. A 1-1 draw in Phoenix earlier this year. And Remy Cabral was the other goal scorer in that game, and he is on the bench tonight. Wind blowing toward Portillo. but probably no more than 800 miles an hour. Ball driven and easy enough for Rios Novo, but a mistake. Nick Ross is right there. And Rios Novo barely able to sneak that back into his pocket.
A bit dicey from the goalkeeper. Almost puts that right in the lap of Nick Ross, but it was a good ball in. Looked easy enough for him. No one really contesting the goalkeeper, but made a mess of it. Still 1-0 though.
This Phoenix side defensively, they've been good. Just 26 goals allowed, but their goal scoring of 23 is second worst in the USL Championship, just behind El Paso, who sits at the bottom of the Western Conference. Through ball, Herrera dumped it back. Thought Felipe was going to come into support. And you had Gurr streaking along that right side. Missed chance there. Lawrence White, early yellow card. He'll cross this ball in. Chibi Okebu, first action tonight. And the teenager out of Roseville getting another start along Lee Desmond and Jared Timmer. There's Potmar Boy, the College Cup title winning Clemson University, the Tigers, and most outstanding defensive performance in the playoffs. And here he is, the Senegalese center back, holding down in the back for this rising squad. No John Stenberg tonight. Foyamayor and White is back there. And here's Quayshow, with a lot of room to roam. All the way back is on hell.
Moving around a lot in the middle of the park. Phoenix Rising just trying to pull that Sacramento backline out of place, hoping to find some gaps. They're probably keeping their discipline. Again, it takes a lot of communication, making sure you're on the same page, you're passing players on. One little bit of miscommunication or confusion, and that's where teams can take advantage of it. And they'll be happy with this. Sacramento again conceding the ball, but it's not going in the direction that Phoenix really want it to go.
And here comes the press for Sacramento. Rios Novo leaking out to White. And now into the corner it comes. Can Sacramento force a turnover here? And it's off of Alder Sanchez. With that, let's step aside and hear from our sponsor, Smud.
Considering an electric vehicle? Start with Smud. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact Smud first at smud.org/drive-electric.
This left-hand side for the Rising, Margarita, we mentioned his name earlier. He looked lively, but unable to find much of the ball in the last 20 minutes or so. It's credit to Jack Gurr. We speak about him in the attack a lot, but defensively he's always making sure he's holding down that right-hand side. Do try and get him into the game. It's a good touch by him, keeps it alive. Just unsure where to go at the moment. The Rising again keeping the ball, having a lot of options, a lot of rotations in the midfield.
Looking for Rito there. And Portillo is a little bit of contact from behind, and the whistle will come back for that foul. Well, it's a Marvel Superhero Day coming up on September 29th. The kids costume contest, 1,000 cape for kids upon entry. Make Make sure you get here early. Tickets are starting at just $17 at New Mexico United. It'll be the second contest. The United will host this Republic side on Wednesday. 1 versus 2. The first time these two sides will meet in 2024. Chibi's got to get on his heels here. Turning around, Margarita is able to collect. Okebu had to dump off a bit here, and now Portillo will push.
So the pace on that left-hand side there. Chibi really had to get it done. That's going to be offside. Rito coming in at the back post. Danny Vitiello get the ball back in place straight away. And Sacramento, maybe for themselves, they want to try and keep the ball a little bit, make Phoenix rise, and it's too much fun not having the ball. You'd rather have the ball as a team. You do a lot of running when you don't, and that's nicely done, nicely worked out. Cicerone has to be careful, and he gets the free kick.
Sebastian Herrera, an assist from Jack Gurr, 8th minute. Gurr 6 assists on the season. And Mark Briggs stated he wants to see even more from his wingers and almost expects double-digit assists by the time the season's over. And, you know, why not?
And they have free rein to get up in the attack as much as they want.
Cicerone collecting. Double team, he's going to dribble out of it. Here's Felipe, Republic looking to recycle a few runs. Nick Ross is just floating in some space, just trying to see if he can get a look. But now Republic talking about that possession, slowing it down with right on cue. Is this Republic team now going to make Phoenix go side to side a bit?
And it's, you want to keep the ball, but you want to keep the ball with the intent that at the end you're going to get a goal from it, and you've got to be patient at times. And that one from Jack Gurr, I think he had a little more time than he realized. But what happens a lot is you just pin the opposition in the back, and they fail to get out because you're only leaving one striker up the field. So when they do clear it, you should be winning it back if you're set up properly.
How much of this sort of keeping the ball at your feet is not really wearing him down physically but mentally? Ball crosses in. Here's kicking a run is Nick Ross waiting for the hop. And it will be a corner kick as it's off of the center back. And Boy is unable to get in there in time, but Nick Ross making a pretty good run. And Mark Briggs talked about that the last couple weeks. Wants to see more runs, front post, back post. Really become a dangerous team in multiple assets. And Aldair Sanchez, who is taken hold of this starting position on the left wing, gets a goal last week, but his hustle play tonight is what is setting him. Defensively, we've seen what he can do, and now he might take the corner here. The Atlas disposal corner kick, another for Sacramento. Portillo turning, left foot.
That's a waste from the Republic, and that's twice now they've had a 2v1 from a set piece, and we saw defensively they struggled a bit against this last week. And Justin Portillo, he's got to commit that defender a little bit more. You've got a 2v1, no one's coming up to help you. Commit the defender, and you should get a free shot on goal there in every situation.
Well, you talked about that against Charleston. Charleston almost had a free pass.
You could every single time. If they're not going to send a second player out there, you should capitalize on a 2v1 every single time. At some point, someone will come. You could be close enough to the goal at that point.
Over the head it goes. Herrera took a forearm from Boy, and that unfortunately will go against Herrera. Maybe initiated the contact first. Willow Grove Charter School believes nobody succeeds alone. Come see what a flexible education can do for your student. Now accepting applications for the 2024-25 school year. Nick Ross plays it direct. Herrera, lone goal man tonight, out wide, and it's cleared away.
It took too long to get it to Jack Gurr. He was once again, Emil Cuejo was higher up the field and he was in the space, and one extra pass. There will be another corner kick. Jack Gurr has that one blocked.
Well, you know these are going to be tight. The last three between these two teams have been decided by a goal or less. About 60 minutes left to go in this one. It's Sacramento on another corner kick. Ball driven low and right into the space for Phoenix Rising to recover, but Cicerone is there now on a turn himself. Cuts it back with his left foot, thinking about it. Will find back of a Rising jersey instead. A little opportune angle, but the energy there from Sacramento. You think the response has been good so far after the loss, 3,000 miles away?
It's been a great response. I think started off getting a shot on goal within the first minute was really good. And again, this Phoenix Rising side, I mean, you might look at the table and think they're not going to be champions again this year, but we just don't know. They're a well-organized team in there.
Ball takes a deflection, almost sneaks under the bar, as it maybe have been off the shoulder of Cicerone. And Rios Novo will say thanks to the woodwork above him.
And Cicerone onto Lawrence Wyke, and the back of Lawrence Wyke. You never know when those are going to go, and it's another corner for Republic. They'd love to trouble the goalkeeper on this one.
Floated a bit higher this time. Margarita is there. Sanchez. And now Lee Desmond. Here's Timmer. Timmer has his first professional goal here in 2024, and now he's trying to keep his attack going for the Republic. And now the press trying to force a counter, this Phoenix Rising team. Through the legs of Rito. It'll be a Republic throw. What a turnaround for this Rising team. 22, they were 10th in the West, 42 points, and then flipped the script and champions at 23. Unfortunately, their coach, Juan Guerra, former Oakland man, is now with MLS. Sanchez just a bit behind him, but a good build-up for Sacramento. And now Chibi Okebu will have to do some work on the other side of the pitch here. Margarita trying to dance, try the step over, maintains control, and it's back to Hernandez. Cuejo stepping in, Cuejo to his left. Gurr just gets right in front of him. I don't know, what say you there, Adam Muffet?
I think the referee's giving it for obstruction as Emil Cuejo just touches it past Jack Gurr. It's always tricky to call. But you just saw it was really good defending from the youngster, from Chibi. He had to slow the attack, and what you do when you slow it down, you just allow others to recover. This is a dangerous set piece here for the Phoenix Rising. Zambrano's over it. Could be that right foot, just putting it towards the goal of Danny Vitiello, and you see these, he's just going to get runners in front of the goalkeeper, trying to block his view, looking for a little flick. Or you could go with the left foot of Emil Cuejo. They'll be looking for Marboy at the back.
They'll release. It will be the second attempt. Rito. Wyke. Wyke trying to find a teammate across, and a soft header as Jack Gurr stands his ground. Danny Vitiello, another breakout year. Maybe that's not even the right term, just a typical year almost for Danny Vitiello. Two-time Golden Glove winner. 18 goals allowed in 23 contests now. .82 goal against average. He does have 11 shutouts to go with it. The team has 12. Jared Mazzola has the other. And that is just continuing to be unnoticed. This Republic team will not be scored on very easily.
What's been so impressive about this season for Danny Vitiello, again, you can mention, well, you expect that from Danny Vitiello, but it's the saves. It's like the saves that win you points, that win you games. And he's had so many of them. He's a lot of accolades, saves of the week, and multiple games where he's had 4 or 5 saves. Herrera's on the ground.
And he has won games for this Republic team, or kept them to earn a point this year. And Sebastian Herrera taking a blow to the lower back. He is so good at hold-up play, and it's really something Sacramento can take advantage of. And he initiates contact, and a lot of strikers don't like to be beat up like this.
Oh, he prefers it. Herrera, and he's back on his feet, and there'll be an option in the box here for Justin Portillo. Similar to what you just saw from the Phoenix Rising, you're just trying to put this in an area where all it takes is one little touch, one little flick from either team, and it can find its way into the back of the net.
Portillo's service. Lee Desmond would have been special. Crowd are ready to erupt there. Nick Ross will try his own version. It'll be soft on us. Morocco Rios Novo, the LA native.
Lee Karate Kid Desmond there, he's just standing on one foot. He connects really, really well with that. Falls to his stronger left foot. Unfortunately for him, that hits the head, I think, of maybe of Mil Cuejo, who got it away. I don't think Rios Nova would have seen much of it. This place would have erupted if Lee Desmond would have found the back of the net on that effort.
So it's Rios Novo's Cobra Kai or what? Margarita, meanwhile, just outside of the 18. He's going to send a ball in, looking for a striker and on hell. And he's cut off by Lee Desmond. Margarita, a lot of quality, multiple step overs. He has kept it in. Dangerous here. This is a ball slow on the ground, but we have seen Republic punished like just a week ago in a very similar position, as Ikaza was able to find a game winner for the Battery to keep them in lockstep with Lou City for best in the USL Championship. Good crowd tonight. And Mark Briggs says we've got to set the tone, because if we play with a lot of energy on the pitch, we'll get it off the pitch as well. And bodies flying everywhere in the middle of the pitch as Hernandez and Sanchez hit the turf. And you can feel it. I mean, that early energy, almost a goal in the first minute of the game. And this crowd's been right behind them. 12,000 strong from the get-go. And as we're about to close the first half here, Sacramento may go to the locker room with a goal lead, but Cicerone may have other thoughts. Finding Herrera just a bit too far, and boy is able to get it to a teammate. But Sacramento not done. Felipe sees the double team coming, will retreat to Desmond. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Can Sacramento hold it out here? Vitiello is going to send it over the back line, and won't find Gurr, who was looking to make a run. Zambrano right up the heart. Into the corner it goes. Margarita. Okay, with the mark. Margarita trying to get a turn on it. Nick Ross is there. Slide underneathing the feet of Cuejo. And Cuejo will curl this ball in. Rito cutting it back. Russ, as Cicerone looks ahead. And there's the whistle from Matt Thompson. 3 minutes of stoppage time added to the 45 officially, and Sacramento will go to the locker room up a goal. Mark Briggs puts Sebastian Herrera in the starting lineup for the first time since June 15th. It paid off early at Moffat.
A really well taken goal by Herrera. He knew getting the start tonight, his job is to score goals, is to bring others into play, and he's done that. Good half for him, and I'm sure his confidence will take a boost from getting his goal in his start.
Modelo halftime show is coming up. The Republic seeing if they can hold on a lead. Second straight week they've taken a goal lead into the locker room. Much discussed. 45 minutes still to play here in Northern California. Noche Latina in Sacramento. Republic 1, Rising none. More to come.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Goodrum pounds this ball, and the boys in purple soaring.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, trick. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
Are you ready to join the charge and put down the pump? If you're ready for a clean start, contact SMUD first. We'll help you find ways to save, share the best options to charge at home or on the go, and answer any questions you have about owning an electric vehicle. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
Halftime in the capital of California. Modelo at the break. Republic with the goal advantage. As we head into the locker room, both sides knowing how important 3 points are at this point in the season. But it's not just about what happens on the field. This Republic is much more about what they can also do in the community. Earlier this month, Alder Sanchez, Rafa Harrigy joined SMUD at La Familia's Maple Neighborhood Center for a free youth clinic to kick off Hispanic Heritage Month. Let's take a look.
We are here at the SMUD Youth Clinic for Hispanic Heritage Month.
Thanks to SMUD, we are lucky enough to get to provide a free youth clinic to the kiddos in the community.
It's important for SMUD, Sac Republic, and La Familia to partner together so we can come together as a community and give each other the most help and support that we can possibly give.
We value the diversity and the energy that the Latino community contributes to life here in Sacramento in general. It's a very important part of our community.
Keep it in, keep it in, keep it in, keep it in. Good.
We'd love to partner with organizations like La Familia and like Sacramento Republic because they have a similar mission. We're here to make people's lives better.
To me personally, it's important just because, like, me being Hispanic myself, they can kind of look up to, like, me or anyone else on the team that's, like, of the same background. Have a little distraction away from everyday life and just to come out here and just have fun.
There's a lot of Hispanics here in Sacramento, and we want to make sure that we all feel represented here in Sac, and it's a perfect place to do it.
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
Our mouths are one of the first places a doctor looks during a checkup, and for good reason. It can tell them things about our health, serious things, things that could keep us from reaching the next milestone. For over 65 years, Delta Dental has offered high-quality, affordable dental plans that strive to meet the needs of everyone. Today, we are the largest network of oral healthcare providers in the nation. Delta Dental, putting your health first, yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
And the Republic have hounded crowd ignited early. And it's bedlam in the capital city.
Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? 'Cause you make it look good. Watch this.
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
Welcome back. Night is upon us here in Sacramento. Republic with a one-goal advantage into the locker room. Modelo at the break. Rob McAllister, Adam Moffitt here on what is the stretch run of the USL Championship, final part of the regular season, and Sacramento hosting a Phoenix Rising team who is one of many who seem to be fighting for that spot. And when I say one of many, Adam, I don't mean three. I mean 6 teams could be in that 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And all of them have a really good chance. You look at Monterey, San Antonio, Tulsa, Orange County, Phoenix. I mean, Oakland has a little bit of breathing room. But really, you have 5 teams there, other than El Paso, who has a really good shot at getting in the playoffs.
And that's what happens on any given night. You lose a game. Phoenix tonight, if they don't get any points tonight, like 2-3 teams could jump over them or, pull away from them. So it's really fun time of the season to be watching the table.
Well, Nick Markanek, we saw that and didn't like it. 25th goal is tying the single-season record. That was against Republic last week. Lou City, I think Charleston clinching as well tonight. So those 2 teams, right now, the best in the USL Championship. And we talked to Mark Briggs about that. He said, look, we had both of those teams on their heels at their place. We let them off the hook, but it just goes to show you there's not a huge separation between us and the 2 teams that are running away with it right now.
Yeah, you lost to both of them, but you take a lot of confidence from them. It's tough to go into both those places and to almost come away with points.
And let's take a look at our bracket. If the season ended today, and of course we've got some time a bit, and the championship final will be on November 23rd. Playoffs will start in November, but again, So Oakland right now with 40 points in Las Vegas in the 6th and 5th position. Memphis, Colorado Springs, Sacramento, New Mexico in that top 4 position. Probably will end up there. But again, right now there are 4 points that separate those teams. I mean, Adam, we've seen some close years. I don't know if I've seen this many teams still in the hunt to be in the playoffs. And then, as we talked about it ad nauseum now, who knows what will happen? And I guess for you, if I'm going to ask you to, which one of those teams comes out in the 8th position?
Great question. Yeah, put me on the spot right there. I think San Antonio's going to. I think they'll get it done.
They'll make the run. All right, 1-0 here in Sacramento. Our highlights of this one are coming up. Sebastian Herrera. You won't want to miss this goal if you missed it earlier.
Listen up.
Why do you do it?
You ignore the signs and the flashing lights.
Don't you see the work zone?
Seriously? Caltrans is working right there.
Right next to your speeding car.
My mom is out there.
That's my dad's truck.
That's my papa behind those cones.
So slow down.
Watch out for them.
And be alert.
How would you feel if that was your dad? Be alert.
Be work zone alert.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
Are you ready to join the charge and put down the pump? If you're ready for a clean start, contact SMUD first. We'll help you find ways to save, share the best options to charge at home or on the go, and answer any questions you have about owning an electric vehicle. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
Listen up.
Why do you do it?
You ignore the signs and the flashing lights.
Don't you see the work zone?
Seriously? Caltrans is working right there.
Right next to your speeding car.
My mom is out there.
That's my dad's truck.
That's my papa behind those cones.
So slow down.
Watch out for them.
And be alert.
How would you feel if that was your dad? Be alert.
Be work zone alert.
Tonight's broadcast of the USL Championship contest between Sacramento and Phoenix Rising, brought to you by Modelo, SMUD, and UC Davis Health. Phoenix coming out a little bit late here, so we'll get one more time to take a look quickly at a fantastic start by Sacramento and the build-up. You could tell there was a calmness to that build-up from the Republic.
In the 7th minute, and Jack Gurr, the initial cross, Cicerone holds it up. It's a great run off the shoulder of Emil Cuejo by Jack Gurr. The perfect delivery, finds his striker at the back post, and he towers over Edgardo Rito to put it in the back of the net and give the Republic the lead, and that's the only goal of the game so far.
6 assists now on the season for the right winger, Jack Gurr. And for the Republic, I think the one stat that stood out to me, 6 corner kicks in that first half of play, really putting this Rising team on their back heels, making some decisions. And this Republic team now looking to see if they can add a goal or two more. They'll switch sides. They'll head to the south end of the field into the bit of a slight breeze. And meanwhile, for the Rising, they'll head to the Tower Bridge Battalion in the north stands. M&S Auto There you saw quickly those stats, but I can tell you right now, Republican 8 shots compared to 5, 3 on target, and that's what Mark Briggs wants to see more of. This feels like the attack is there, the build-up, they're doing all these great things, and they get right into that final third, and he wants to see it go that final step.
And that's what you got to do. It's the aim of this game they're playing in tonight is to get points, so you finish as high as possible, so then when it comes to the playoffs, you get to host games. And at home, you want to be a dominant force.
There doesn't appear any changes for each of the sides, so we'll run it back. Desmond Timmer, Ukebu, Gur, Portillo, Felipe, Sanchez, Cicerone, Herrera, and Ross, and Vidiello in goal. Mima, White, Boyd, Foyamayor, Cuecho, Zambrano, Dorotioto, Rito, Angel, Hernandez, Margarita, and Rios Novo between the sticks there. So what did you like from Phoenix in that first 45? If you're the head coach here, Diego Gomez, what do you tell your team? I like what I saw.
I mean, the danger man for them in that first half was Margarita, and it was just the final ball, though. They really struggled to test Danny Vitiello in that first half. And again, if you want to get something out of this game, you've got to get some shots on target.
And how about for Sacramento?
I think Jack Gurr, I think he is the key. If Phoenix continue to play how they have, Jack Gurr, Azimil Cuejo, moves up the field. He's not a natural left back, so you can definitely exploit the space that he might leave.
Margarita running underneath it. Ukebu cuts it back. Margarita gonna go for goal. Hits off the top bar and sails away, and just inches from tying this game is Yariel Margarita. And it is going to be Sacramento's sigh of relief that you hear in these first 30 seconds.
Nailed that prediction, huh? That's their danger man. And he was inches away from getting his team right back into this game at the start of the second half. But that's the danger that he poses. And against the younger Chibi, who's a little bit maybe naive in when to go for the ball, when not to. That's an area that he might need a little bit more help there, the youngster.
This one will skirt past Danny Vidiello here. Well, Crystal Creamery's been building strong bones and bodies with the freshest dairy from the Central Valley since 1901. Taste how fresh local can be. Simple, local, fresh. That is Crystal Creamery. Drums are pounding behind Danny Vidiello. This crowd of 12,000 thereabouts, ready to see this Republic team continue on quite a run. Here's Seba, the lone goal of the night. Nick Ross over the head of Cuecho, and just as you said, here comes Jack Kerr, a little bit of room. Zambrano has been called on to help slide over when needed. And Angel, a little bit of fits with Jared Timmer, who has to send it backwards now over the top. Here comes a bit of a battle between Boy and Herrera trying to play it off and heads into the ad boards, and that will not feel good. And he's going to be slow to get up. Try to sell it maybe a bit. Why not?
How you break someone's ankle is really, really dangerous, and I think he knows himself, Wimbayor, that he is fortunate, and I don't think he meant to do it, but that's the situation he got himself in, and thankfully it looks like Cicerone's able to continue. But once you get a look at this replay, it's not going to look good.
And it's not going to feel good for Russell Cicerone tomorrow either. He knows he took that one right in the shin. Take another look at it, just a little bit out of position. And that typically what happens is a quick whistle by Matt Thompson. And Cicerone, who dealt with a foot injury earlier this year, is going to take a moment to hobble, and that's going to sting for a bit. Shin guard or not.
No, that was right over your ankle, and the ball just got away from Fuenmayor, and he had no complaints. I think he was happy to get the yellow card there. And you see he did try and keep his leg down. He tried not to fully extend it, but I've definitely seen red cards given on those.
And one of the 3 former Roots players on the field.
And I don't know if Russell Cicerone is going to be able to keep going, and that's the whole point of not doing that, is so you don't injure other players. And if he's unable to continue, then I think he'll be happy taking the yellow.
Mark Briggs talking to the training staff currently as well. Ball driven well, just doesn't dip at the end for Justin Portillo. And Rios Nova will have a goal kick, and let's keep an eye on number 11 as Russell Cicerone still slow to regain some form, and now the bench is up and moving for Sacramento. And Kieran Phillips, Trevor Ammon on the bench. A couple of names that could come in if Cicerone is not going to continue. You know, of all players, he is going to give it all he can, but he's still just not in a full sprint there. And you hope that it's not something worse where it's swelled up because the shoes are tight and he's still grimacing, that it's just not swelling yet. And so we'll take a look. But this is a busy week for Sacramento. They're on the road against New Mexico, best in the West. And then they're going to be staying on the road, and we'll go to Las Vegas for next Saturday's game. And Nick Ross has a step here against Quayshow. Jack Gurr, the overlap. Ross a little bit just a bit behind him. Jimmy finding Luis Felipe, nicely done by Sacramento, but the pressure behind gives a bit of relief. And now on the counter, here comes Angel and the Rising. Tomas to the right, dumping it to Rito. Rito stalling, waiting, the cross coming, and a corner kick at the end of all this is White unable to find a teammate.
That comes from Nick Ross. He was disappointed in himself. He didn't find that run of Jack Gurr. He had time and space in front of him, and straight away Phoenix Rising are able to hit them on the counter attack. Republic did well getting back, and it is going to be a corner kick, and anytime you're giving up set pieces, you just never know. You just got to be disciplined defensively. You see the size of Boy going up against Jared Timmer.
Just a second corner kick for the Phoenix Rising tonight.
You just saw Emil Quayshow there. He's got both hands up, and you might wonder why players do that. That's just a little signal. That's something they've worked on. He's got the wings out now. He's going to fly this one in, I think.
2 wings and a bird and a stone throw as this is sent clear.
And a lot of it is when you release your arms, when you pull them down, it allows the timing of that 2 seconds. Hey, once my arms goes down, I'm going to start running at the box, and you can start making your runs.
A bit of a conductor of sorts.
That's exactly what they are. Set piece takers.
Just need the tails. Here's Wyke. Send it around Fuenmayor. Shown yellow on the challenge against Russell Cicerone. Close to a red, but he stays in all 11 on the field for this Rising team. We're down a goal. They've allowed 26 on the year, have scored just 23. Zambrano will work it around. And now movement on the Phoenix bench as well. Remy Cabral, their leading scorer, is one of those men who could come in and make quite a difference for this Rising team.
Every player behind the ball for Phoenix Rising, they know they can't afford to give up a second goal. So they got to keep it tight at the back defensively. That ball's going to go to play from Jack Kerr.
Pacific Autumn's Automation has been simplifying office technology since 1976, partnering with top manufacturers. POA offers a one-stop solution for optimizing office efficiency for printers to IT and software, much, much more. Head to their website to learn how you could be helped by Pacific Office Automation. And there's going to be a sorts here. Is Foyamayor to throw quickly by Zambrano, trying to just get something to turn the other way. Is there Republic trying to pin him? A good breakout here for this rising team is now Lee Desmond in a foot race with Edgar Rito selling out, and it was last touched by number 72.
Turn on the jets there, Lee Desmond, and he does really well. Not only a little bit something there with Edgardo Rito, but not only does he make the challenge, but gets the touch off the Phoenix man, and it's a throw in to the Republic. And that's going to be Phoenix's throw.
Yeah, big piece missing for Rising tonight is Charlie Dennis, who came over from Tampa Bay. Through the legs of Ukebu, and who is unable to move without making some contact, and Margaritha. And Chibi is one of the probably quicker defensive center backs you're going to see in this league, and Margaritha and Chibi has been quite a battle, to say the least, tonight. 55 minutes in, Margaritha almost tying this game here early in the second half.
Yeah, what a great learning experience it is for Chibi. And he's so young. He's getting to play against all these different players, and you play against players different profiles.
Out to Quayshow. Down goes Gurn. He's able to clear the ball through. Crowd loving it. All ball, and it will be another corner kick for Phoenix. But the intensity still staying high for this Republic team, who has a goal advantage.
And he sold all. He was all out in this, Jack Gurn. He goes to ground and gets all ball. Corner kick to the Rising, though.
Renzo Zambrano from the corner. A slight win into Danny Vidiello. Back post, out comes Vidiello. Double punch away. Foyamayor was up in his grill, but he was able to break free. And now it's Hernandez back to Foyamayor, playing up and out of position here. Easy enough for Chibi, and now Sebastian Herrera, but numbers are back quickly as Herrera, trying to draw a foul, won't get it.
It was a good challenge by Jose Hernandez. Herrera showed too much of it to him, and he just didn't have any options in front of him. Sebastian Herrera just trying to stall as long as he could. That will be a foul. Edgardo Rito, maybe a little frustration on his end. Jared Timmer does really, really well.
Talking about how close this has been. Well, not only the records, but in terms of scoring, Republic have scored 26 goals in this series all time. 25 matches, by the way. 23 for Phoenix. I mean, it's about as close as you could possibly see here. And the Rising will make two changes. And they're going to look to see if they can go to some offense up top. And will that make a change? Cabral and Johnson will come into the match at the next opportunity. Lee Desmond. Flag goes up. Out of play will be a throw for the Rising. Cabral leading the team with 6 goals, 2 assists. Johnson, a mid-season acquisition. Ortioto off the hand of Herrera. Phoenix. Here's a left-footed ball. Takes a couple of hops, but easy enough for Danny Vidiello. Those always make you a little more nervous, even though they look from our position. should be fun, but a lot of bodies to go through, Adam.
2 goals last week the Republic gave up against Charleston Battery. Both came off deflections. Doesn't take much.
This will hang up a bit. Quayshaw and Gurr. Margarita back heel to Mark Briggs, who's not in the game. Got fooled by the black shirt. But here come the changes for this Rising team. Dorotioto comes out. Johnson will come in. And then Remy Cabral will replace Edgardo Rito. And what does Remy Cabral bring for you if you're Diego Gomez and this Rising team officially on loan from the Colorado Rapids?
Cabral's a handful. He's a big boy. He can move. You see the height of him. Rito, a little frustrating down that right-hand side for him tonight. Dangerous player. And then Johnson, likewise, he's going to operate mostly on this left. Both dynamic players who like to get on the ball and make things happen. So we'll see if the Rising can get back into this. There's only 1 goal in it.
Herrera going to ground. Portillo now running out of options. And Timmer, he has been solid this year. 1 goal and 2 assists. The Michigan man has been asked to move around that back line. Here's a cross coming for Sacramento, but into the way is the Rising's back line, and boy again is able to use his frame to their advantage. It'll be a throw for the home side.
Right at that hour mark as well. Mark Briggs will definitely be looking at his bench. Sebastian Herrera, first start since June. I doubt he's going to go the full 90 minutes, and you have options on the bench. You have Kieran Phillips, you have Trevor Ammon.
And Nick Ross can't get to it. Now a streaking Jeremy Cabral, and Cabral is going to take on Timmer here. Timmer trying to cut him back to his left. Cabral, a curling ball, will send out a play. And that is the opportunity for Rising to quickly get back into this game.
And they didn't take out their striker, Angel. He's still in the match, and he made a great run there trying to support Cabral. He just couldn't quite get enough separation from Jared Timmer, who recovered really well. But you see this, the threat is still there. Phoenix Rising's going to throw a few more bodies towards this. They would love to get, they need to get as many points as possible. You mentioned at halftime, Rob, how close things are for that 8th position. And you have no chance of winning the championship if you do not get in the playoffs. And
Margarita to his left, cross coming, floating. Danny Vidiello uses his one paw to send it away from goal, but this Rising team is putting the Republic on notice. They're ready to come for him. Cross, here's Gurr. Quite a talented family is Remy's brother Kevin in MLS. And these two have made their name known. They some quality genes there on the pitch, and we've seen how quickly Remy Cabral might have an impact on this game. Again, scored the game tying goal in the 66th minute the last time these two teams face each other. And behind Margarita and Republic have to sort of find their way a bit again. And it was a week ago at this time things started to get a little shaky for Sacramento. But playing at home, no excuse, no humidity here. And also Mark Briggs has to think about 3 games in 8 days and how he's going to use his bench the rest of the way. Gibby looking to get through to Cicerone, but Quayshaw is there. And now floated up over the top again. Is he onside? Margarita is. He's into the box. Bukebu's got to get back. Play to the top. It goes Angel. Angel with the step. Angel, a save by Vidiello. A one-handed punch away, and it's a big one for Sacramento's goalkeeper of the year.
And that's what he can do. He hasn't had much to do at all tonight, Danny Vitiello. And the threat was Margarita again. He gets his head up. He finds his Thomas Angel. the edge of the box, and that is going to go in the back of the net if it wasn't for the right hand of Vitiello, just enough to push that ball over the crossbar and deny an equalizer for the Phoenix Rising.
Different look from the Phoenix side here, who have shown a bit of energy and much more aggressive here in the second half. They try to equalize. Not much room for them to earn draws and not pick up any points, but they got to find something in this one. Zambrano quickly in, a header, and it bounces around, and it will be another corner kick for this Rising team, as Mike was right in the neighborhood. And Danny Vitiello now trying to have some conversations with his teammates and put them in the right positions, as Phoenix is feeling like they're just slamming on the door right now. Probably trying to keep him out.
Vitiello's not too happy that Lawrence White get a free run right in front of him. Doesn't touch White, almost goes under the back of the net.
Right for Vitiello, crashing. Here comes the Rising. And again, it will end without a look. But Danny Vitiello, save of the night moments ago, keeping this game a 1-goal advantage for the Sacramento Republic. And Diego Gomez having a hard time believing his team was unable to score in the last 3 minutes here. Combination, Cicerone and Herrera, and Russ maybe don't be able to keep that going, but that's what we saw against Charleston. It was Phillips to Sanchez, and it ended up with a goal. Margarita all over the place tonight. Throw for the Republic, and now 3 substitutions from Mark Briggs' side. And it will be Kieran Phillips in for Sebastian Herrera, who has the game's only goal tonight, a header in the 8th minute on assist by Jack Gurr. And he'll give way to Phillips, and Ukebu will give way to the veteran center back Connor Donovan. And Harvey Neville, the newest member of the Republic, who made his debut against Charleston Battery with the Sacramento Republic a week ago, will come in for Russell Cicerone. So Timmer will move out to the right. It'll be Donovan to the middle. And Cicerone took a pretty hard knock, is now out of this game. But what does Kieran Phillips bring now? Maybe a bit of motivation with it to earn his starting nod back after Herrera got the goal earlier and was taken out of the first 11.
Yeah, you want to see that. If you're a substitute coming into this game, you got to come in and try and get yourself a starting spot. For Kieran Phillips especially, as the striker who started a lot of games lately, he didn't start this one tonight.
Gurr's got a touch. Gurr's going to send across and looking for a chance, quickly in. Oh, just like that, don't blink. A snap of the fingers, and Sacramento's doubled their lead. A sensational cross. And Kieran Phillips, number 8 on the year in the USL Championship. And talk about instant impact. The 2 strikers have made it, and this man, second assist. That is his 7th on the year. And the Republic are feeling good now.
Not a bad first touch from Kieran Phillips. That's a way to enter the game, and he does so well because he's got Boy all over him. He doesn't really know where the ball is. Kieran Phillips is getting pushed out of the way, and he has to keep his focus, his eyes on the ball, and he redirects it with enough power past Rios Novo, and that is how you make an impact as a substitute. This game was trending towards Phoenix Rising getting an equalizer, and that really changes things for Republic. And they could go on to score more here, as Phoenix Rising are going to push bodies forward, try and get back into this game.
Republic with their sights on second place in the West as the matchup with New Mexico looms on Wednesday. Phillips and Herrera, Republic's 2 top strikers here, getting in the mix. Trevor Ammon still on the bench. They would love to see all 3 of them find a way in this game. Meanwhile, Republic still pressure Neville, his first home touch. Just a bit too heavy and not on the same page. Harvey Neville, a player that they really like because of his ability to play in so many different positions. With Dami Villadere dealing with some injuries, Jack Gurr, who's played just about every single minute on that right wing. They wanted to bring in somebody that could give them another look. And right now he's playing one of the top positions as Gurr continues to push forward. Quayshow cutting him off. Gurr staying on his feet, just trying to poke it forward. And nobody, unfortunately, in the neighborhood, and Rios Novo is able to get this pushing on the run for the Rising. Johnson, his first touch. Cross coming, back post. Angel waiting for it. Margarita will find it instead in front of Nick Ross. And more substitutions for the Rising coming. A fantastic save a couple of minutes ago again by Danny Fidiello, keeping Tomas Angel out of the net. And then quickly, as Mark Briggs made a substitution, the Huddersfield Englandman Kieran Phillips with the fantastic header and assist from Jack Gurr.
Did you say that with an accent right
I
there?
tried to there.
Yeah, well.
It didn't work. But Phillips just bursting on the scene here. As soon as you come in, Mark Briggs wanted more out of Kieran against Charleston. Just felt like the runs weren't quite there. Well, 10 seconds into the game, he's got his 8th goal on the season.
Yeah, and Mark Briggs told us midweek he wants, if someone's getting ready to cross the ball, make your runs into the box, and he was in exactly the right place there, Kieran Phillips. And he still had a lot of work to do to get that ball into the back of the net. And this is a threatening area for the Phoenix Rising. There's plenty of time left for them in this game. One goal here could really change things, and I know for a fact Emile Quayshow would be loving to get his left foot on top of this.
We go back to that Western Conference final. It was really a dominating performance by the Republic, and then 10 minutes it all sort of fell apart. Allowed 2 goals late in that game, and in stoppage time Quayshow put it away. And now this Rising team trying to get back in it. And it looks like it will be Emile Quayshow here. 3 goals in his Republic career. In all competitions, this one's driven into the supporter section. Let's take a break and step aside and hear from actually we'll get the substitutions first. Is Gabi Torres will come into the game. Had the assist in the 1-1 draw between the first time these two teams met. And then Mohamed Traore, the left back, into the game for Emile Quayshow.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
Not sure if you caught that. So that means Traore is in. White comes out. Gabi Torres comes into the match. And Luis Felipe is just bowled over. And the Republic will actually be issued the foul. And maybe worse, it will be a booking.
Alder Sanchez just left his foot hanging in there. I think fans didn't like the challenge on Luis Felipe initially. Going up for the header, boy came right through him. And then Darius Johnson takes the hit from Alder Sanchez, left his leg in there, and that received a yellow card.
Traore, another talented youngster. Cabral at his feet. Cabral looking to turn, trying to get to his right foot. Defensively, Sacramento able to do just enough. As Connor Donovan and Timmer slow number 91 down a bit, and it remains 2-0 Republic.
They slowed him down, but it was too easy for Cabral to receive the ball inside the box of the Republic. Again, between Lee Desmond and Connor Donovan, they just got to figure out how to limit that space for him.
Margarita has been a thorn in the side of the Republic all evening, creating opportunities nearly got a goal, that one that kissed off the bar. And then another opportunity for an assist, and it was a big-time save by Danny Vidiello, outstretched above him. And that is how Sacramento has kept this Rising team out of the net. This ball is played forward now. Phillips in step, but Rios Novo enough away from the box.
It's been fun to get a look at Margarita, and he's an entertaining player. You know, anytime he gets on the ball, he wants to make something happen all the time, and I love seeing players like that. That's, you know, you watch the game, you like that enjoyable. I also like players who make hard challenges, like I used to do myself. But it's exciting when someone gets on the ball and you just never know what's going to happen. Unfortunately for him, he was a couple inches too high on his effort to hit the crossbar, but he's still in this game. There's probably close to 20 minutes left in it with stoppage time.
Sava's a tuition-free 7th through 12th grade charter school. Jewish career pathways include patient healthcare, construction, green energy, and more. You can even earn college credits. SavaCharterSchool.org. You guys are so... 75 minutes in the books here. Republic with 2 goals from their 2 strikers, Phillips and Herrera. Both assisted by Jack Gurr, and double-digit assists. We talked about maybe getting 10 assists. Well, coming to the game with 5. He's only got 3 more to go the rest of the way.
He's well on his way. He'd love to get another one tonight. And we mentioned coming in the second half that he is the danger man for the Republic. And Emil Cuejo, who's no longer in the game, he was given a tough task tonight of guarding the Republic man.
Portillo floating this one, waiting for a double header. Harvey Neville colliding just outside the 18 in a reckless challenge. And it will be the Rising who are booked here, and a set piece coming for Sacramento. And Jose Hernandez is in a bit of shock.
The yellow card is ready to come out, and that was very close. I don't know if we'll get another look at that, where the contact was actually made, but brave piece of play from Harvey Neville, and Hernandez is in me, and we'll get a closer look on the replay. He's definitely outside the box. Harvey Neville throwing his body at it.
Neville just signing about a week or so ago, officially on loan from the Timbers 2 of the MLS Next Pro. 5 assists in 22 appearances with the club, but it will be Justin Portillo, who came from Tulsa midway through the year.
He's actually played against the Rising this year, got 2 assists, and he's not going to get a goal to add to it.
Jack Gurr came into the game with 1 goal, 1 assist in his career against Phoenix, and now can add 3 to that. Breaking free, here comes Danny Vidiello as Johnson was zeroing in on this. And now a yellow card by Vidiello. He wanted to make sure there wasn't going to be a quick restart, and they got the throw in. And I guess he'll take the yellow, and why not? Cabral was quickly to it.
Yeah, anytime you're out there, you take the yellow card, and he just has to be mindful of time wasting towards the end of the game, and that's okay. Goalkeepers can get yellows. I mean, if your goalkeeper gets suspended for yellow card accumulation, then they've got a few screws loose, but most goalkeepers do actually, so.
Yeah. This ball's floating into the circle for Nick Ross, a charging Gurr. Phillips is in front. Neville is waiting for it. He'll have to come back onside. It's a bit in front. Neville comes to it, to his right foot, dancing through the lines, but nowhere to go at the end of the day. And bodies are flying everywhere. Sanchez commits the foul. And a substitution, another former Republic attacker, Dark Formella, comes into this game here as he will replace Tomas Angel. Formella, 17 goals, 5 assists, and 54 appearances with Sacramento between 2019 and 2021. He would head to Oakland and then was sent to Phoenix. And it was a good trade for him because it ultimately led him winning a title with this team. He has 4 goals and 2 assists here in 2024 with the Rising. And with Cabral, he'll probably play just a tad underneath. But they've got to find some answers here. Down 2 goals with about 10 minutes to go. Gurr on a 2-assist night. Portillo has some space here. And now Nick Ross has a streaking Gurr who will just wait for this ball to dribble it to his feet. Ball crosses in, not much there.
He doesn't have to play that, Jack Gurr. No one's making the run. And just keep the ball, recycle it, and Republic do get it back.
And Mark Briggs might be making a change himself here, is try to take this game to the final 90 plus. See if they can hold this Rising team scoreless. Danny Vidiello looking for his 12th shutout. That would tie his total from a year ago, which was a personal best. Neville has got it just on the edge here. Look at here. So Phillips trying to go back post right toward the other side of Rios Novo, but it's just not enough purchase on it. And it will remain a 2-goal advantage.
And almost a second header of the night. Republic already scored 2, but almost a second for Kieran Phillips. Delightful ball played in by Harvey Neville, and it's so hard to get enough power as you're backpedaling, falling to the ground, Kieran Phillips, but he goes to the right effort going for that far post. Players out there tonight with famous fathers who played, and Harvey Neville, we mentioned Phil Neville, his father, and then Thomas Angel, who just came out. His dad was an incredible player. Juan Pablo Angel played in England, and that's where Thomas was born, in England, in Birmingham. I played against him in MLS when he came over and played for the New York Red Bulls, and such a class act, incredible striker. And it's great to see their children getting to this stage. You know, it's very hard to become a professional player.
Well, you obviously given some of the tools, but the pressure is almost a bit more to act as, you know, these are 2 legends of the game, and try to meet those expectations, or at least ones that others set for yourself, is a bit of a tough task. But Neville with a chance to get in, but I'm not sure. Dami Villader,
and the fans here caught it. I don't think the fans in the rest of this stadium
was put on a Damien Kimbrough jersey, but I don't think that's allowed. But for Villader, I mean, it's been a bit since he's been able to find some real meat. Was in the 18 versus Loose City, and now number 3's got the right kit on, and still taking a look here. There's a slow return to action. That right shoulder for Darius Johnson. And so Jack Gurr coming out. It'll be Dami Villader into the game. And Jack Gurr, 2 assists on the night, and he is our Western Health Advantage man of the match. 7 assists now here on the 2024 season. He was given a task, try to attack that right side. He did exactly that. 2 beautifully serviced balls into the box, and it leads to 2 goals.
Great shift from him, and I know how much the fans appreciate not only the 2 assists, but just the constant hustle and effort that he puts into every single game he plays in, Jack Gurr. And well worthy of his man of the match tonight. Although this game is not over yet. Cabral had to stall his run, I think. Straight offside, and the linesman did put the flag up.
Neville will move to that right position, the right winger position, and Dami Villaver will slide up underneath where Harvey was playing. And Harvey did get some time with Inter Miami. 15 appearances and was on the roster during the league's club run, and he's definitely seen the best. And he's got some tricks of his own. Here's Kieran Phillips just trying to go for glory. But what a quick touch, and another rising player down on the ground holding their shoulder. This is Hernandez. But Republic just looked sharp tonight. I mean, there was a little bit of a spell where Phoenix grabbed control of the game. 90 minutes is going to happen, but if you look at the totality of tonight, it's really been a sensational Sacramento performance.
It's been a good performance at home, something the Republic have started to get a little bit better at. Really, really unsure, and I don't know if Johnson should be in the game at this stage. He's looks like he'd have a sling on the way he's holding that shoulder. But again, at home, you've got to take care of business. They want to finish as high as they can in the league, so this place becomes a fortress and you can win almost every game, right? And make your way. Who knows, they could host a final here if they finish high enough.
Well, and Charleston didn't think they were going to, and they ended up doing it because Pittsburgh goes down early. Lou City and Tampa Bay had fits as well, and so Charleston on quite a turnaround year. You had two teams make dramatic flips from out of the playoffs to into the playoffs, and then both of them being in the cup finale. And Sacramento are going to try to make this as difficult as possible for Phoenix the rest of the way. The restart will not be given so quickly. And here we go. Zambrano will be called back again. Well, choosing the right health plan for you and your family is simple with Western Health Advantage. Check out their affordable plans. Go to the website, westernhealth.com. Traore. Left side, Torres. Torres in front. Cleared it away is Connor Donovan. His video might have been there, but Remy Cabral hunting. Don't want to give any kind of life here, Adam, to this rising team late. Margarita has been brilliant for Phoenix tonight on that left attacking side. Fuemoir, cross. Neville not taking any chances. He's probably going out of play, but he sends it clear. Another corner kick for this rising team who had just one going into the second half. Margarita, this ball is going to take a couple of deflections. Not done yet. Margarita again. Here comes the cross. Back post, saved by Viniello, and it's cleared by Jared Timmer. Two big-time stops from the goalkeeper of the year, and the crowd is up off their feet for this one.
He does it again. Danny Vitiello's job's not over. He's coming to gather this, and he does comfortably. He's collected another one as we see that replay. What a save. That left hand this year has made some incredible stops.
You see several times where a defense might be so good, or there's five guys back all the time. Goalkeeper gets maybe some unnecessary praise or whatever you want to call it, or stats go in their favor. Danny Vitiello has earned everything he's gotten this year in 2024. What a performance. Three-time straight save of the week winner. And tonight, he has two of them tonight that could be nominated. Both of them go in probably 9 out of 10 times, Adam.
You're looking at the other end, and Rios Novo has had a fantastic season as well. Lots of clean sheets, big saves. But there's two saves that he made are the difference, right? That second goal especially, the Kieran Phillips one, it was in that area where, you know, if it was the other end, I think Danny Vitiello might have saved that. And the form he's in.
It's hard to argue, and this, should it end this way, will be his 12th. And he's hunting for it with a lot of games to go here for Sacramento. Nick Ross is battling with Gabi Torres. The Republic pin him back a bit. Luis Felipe's got to be a bit careful. He's working on a yellow. You cannot take anybody out of these next two matches in terms of suspensions or injuries. This is another cross coming in really good. Connor Donovan to a right foot. And now Dami Villadair will collect in the corner and send it up the pitch. Zambrano to Torres here. 3 assists on the season. One of them coming against this very Sacramento side. Boy winding up, sends it direct. That was Formella who was able to find it. But you look at where we were, 1 corner kick going into the second half. Now Phoenix was 6. And it's made a difference. They've been able to put a little bit more pressure on this Republic team and make this second half maybe a bit more interesting than Mark Briggs and his staff would like. There might be one more switch coming for Sacramento. Dami Villadair. 5 minutes of stoppage time here between Sacramento and Phoenix. Nick Ross, he's got Neville to his right. Harvey will find it, and now he's waiting for a runner. Near post, back post it goes. Sanchez was just a bit late arriving. And Felipe and Nick Ross is calling for his teammates to keep possession here. Still some time here for this Phoenix Rising team.
The best way to eat up this 5 minutes is just to keep the ball. Phoenix Rising, it's been a long night for them. On the road, they're down 2 goals. Probably a little agitated, a little frustrated, and that does go out for a corner kick.
Could not keep it in play, just over the line. And the hustle continuing by Alder Sanchez and this Republic team.
That was a wicked ball. We've seen on this right-hand side a lot tonight. Jack Gurr, Harvey Neville just showing his quality as well, just putting that in such a dangerous area. That's where Mark Briggs wants those runners. Make that run towards the goal. Alder Sanchez just unable to get on the end of it.
Crowd still up on their feet, want to see this one out. Nick Ross, Neville's in front. He'll elect to go back to Jared Timmer. Little 2-man game, and not quite there for Sacramento. Herrera in the 8th minute on an assist from Jack Gurr, and then the 67th. Similar story, across from the right side of Jack Gurr, but this time it's Phillips, who had just checked into the game, picking up his 8th goal in the USL Championship. For this Phoenix team, if they're not able to salvage a point here, they at least can take comfort in knowing they're still in it. There is a lot of games still left to be played, and going on the road against Sacramento may not be as devastating as a loss as some at home for them later on. They've got San Antonio, probably the biggest game of the month for them. And should they pick up a victory here, it would likely put them in some pretty good positioning for the final ways out. And a late challenge at the feet of Timmer from Margarita. And quickly up they go. Again, Sacramento back at it Wednesday. We'll be on the call at fox40.com. Early one, as the game is in New Mexico, so a 6 o'clock start on Wednesday. And then at Las Vegas, a 7:30 start on September 21st. Cross coming, it's Neville, heads it clear and out of play. A throw for the Rising, who have about run out of time here, less than 2 minutes to play. Timmer holding Dark Formella, and Matt Johnson telling Formella to get up. The foot race here between Traore and Phillips, so that will be off of Traore. Final substitution, Nick Ross coming out of the game. Blake Willie, who has come in quite a bit here as a substitution this year, making his debut, and the Sacramento native has been able to find himself in some games and earn some valuable minutes as a youngster trying to make his way up. And Blake's coming in, been solid so far this year, and he replaces Nick Ross.
He's got about 65 seconds to try and get a touch here. That would be my goal if I was Blake Willie coming into this game. See how many touches you can get. Keep an eye on Blake, see if he does get any. And Margaritha goes down, and just in that little break, Formello did get a yellow card. He wasn't happy. The referee didn't call a foul on Jared Timmer for pulling his jersey, but I think the referee was saying, well, you were doing the same.
7th appearance for Willie this 2024 USL Championship season. Torres to the left. Margaritha has been dangerous all night. Had one just smack the bar. Formella trying to find a teammate. It's cut off by Phillips. And now Dami Villader is going to dribble this one up the middle of the park.
There,
stays with it. Willie's got the touch. Willie goes down.
Yeah, there we go. Not only is he getting a touch, but he's getting a free kick as well. And maybe.
And this is going to be tough. I mean, we look at it, oh, these are meaningless yellow cards. But this season these have become very important for a team like Phoenix, who's trying to stay above the playoff line. And you don't want to lose a guy in your last couple of games because of a yellow. Well, there's the whistle. Sacramento with another shutout, their 13th clean sheet of the season. 12 for Danny Vitiello. But what a performance. Jack Gurr, another 2-assist night on the season. He's got 7 for the year. And the Republic take the 2-goal victory. Sebastian Herrera and Kieran Phillips each with goals in this one tonight. Republic holding on their 2nd place position. 12th win on the year. And I'll tell you what, Adam, this has got to feel pretty good for Sacramento coming off of that loss against Charleston.
Not only is it good to get another home performance, clean sheet. New Mexico losing tonight, you know, it puts a little bit more on that game coming up on Wednesday. But Sacramento tonight, Mark Briggs will be delighted with that man, Jack Gurr, getting the 2 assists. And his 2 strikers, Sebastian Herrera, Kieran Phillips, both getting goals off crosses. And that would have been right part of the game plan. Let's have a little look at how it all unfolded.
Early on, you wanted to see aggressive play for Sacramento, and out of the gate, almost got a goal in that first minute. You'd have to wait 6 more, Adam.
Yeah, I didn't have to wait too long, and Jack Gurr initially involved. Cicerone, really good play, and he just sees Jack Gurr's run, and it's placed perfectly onto the head of Sebastian Herrera. He's got to hang up in the air, and he powers that down into the ground. 1-0 the Republic, and at that moment, they deserved it. They came out with a lot of purpose and meaning tonight, the Republic. Phoenix got into it for a little spell, but
well, this is where things started to come the other way. And Margaritha, unbelievable. He's going to be feeling like a great chance was just taken away from them. Angel with a direct shot. Danny Vitiello doing what he does best, and that is breaking hearts of the opponent. And yet again, Vitiello, that is going to be up for save of the week, no doubt about it. This was a Phoenix side, though, that you felt like they had to continue to take chances, and then Jack Gurr in an instant substitution, another sensational delivery, leads to the 2nd goal of the night.
Yeah, and well done to Nick Ross as well. Just putting his body on the line. Quajo pulled out of position, and a really, really good finish by Kieran Phillips. How's that for the first touch of the game for you? Gets the ball in the back of the net, doing what good strikers are supposed to do, and it wasn't all over. Phoenix threatened, and guess who was there once again? You think, oh, okay, 2-1 here. No, it's not. and not only is it just getting your hand on it, it's a strong left hand. He's got to push that away from the danger.
Double-digit shots for Sacramento. They have 5 on target, and Early on, they set the tone and it carried them through. The final stats brought to you by M&S Auto. And the Republic picking up 3 points, more importantly, Adam, and now you back to 44 points. And this is going to be a difficult run for Sacramento. There was a change in the schedule because both of these teams, New Mexico and the Republic, were in the Open Cup. So they decided to push one of these games. So that means it's going to be a little bit of a tighter run here. So Republic heading south. They're going to take on this United team coming up on Wednesday, a 6 o'clock start. And then you got Las Vegas. So they're going to stay on the road. Most likely whoever travels is going to stay in there. Guys played a lot of minutes tonight. They didn't get the chance to close this out in the 60th minute. And so for the Republic looking ahead on the road, 2 games in a row, it's not easy.
No, it's a tough little schedule here, but that's what you want. It really tests what kind of team you are, especially at this stage of the season. You can go to these places and get results, then you're preparing yourself for a championship run.
Republic will be back home on September 29th against New Mexico. Make sure you get tickets for that. Could be a massive game in determining who ends up top in the Western Conference. I want to thank our entire crew here in Sacramento. Another wonderful night for this Republic fan, Noche Latina. And I want to thank our technical producer here on site, Ricky Hamilton, coordinating producer back in the truck. And that is John Solfaro. For our Adam Moffitt, I'm Rob McAllister. Hope you have your great rest of your weekend. A sellout here in Sacramento ends with 3 points after 2 goals by Phillips and Herrera. Good night, everybody. We'll see you on Wednesday. New Mexico, Republic 1-2 in the West.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
At Sky River Casino, experience the height of hospitality. With 18 restaurants and bars, there's something for everyone. It's taste on a whole new level. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
¿Cómo se crea una comunidad con actitud ganadora? Manteniéndonos activos, trabajando y jugando juntos, fortaleciendo nuestros cuerpos, huesos y músculos con alimentos sanos, frescos y regionales. Crystal Creamery orgullosamente patrocina a atletas y equipos deportivos en el Valle Central de California. Porque cuando nutres a una comunidad, la comunidad prospera. Crystal Creamery. Simple, local, fresh.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
Sky River Casino. Experience the height of hospitality. With 18 restaurants and bars, there's something for everyone. It's taste on a whole new level. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
¿Cómo se crea una comunidad con actitud ganadora? Manteniéndonos activos, trabajando y jugando juntos, fortaleciendo nuestros cuerpos, huesos y músculos con alimentos sanos, frescos y regionales. Crystal Creamery orgullosamente patrocina a atletas y equipos deportivos en el Valle Central de California. porque cuando nutres a una comunidad, la comunidad prospera. Crystal Creamery. Simple, local, fresh.